Hey guys, Nick Biddle here coming at you with this week's drip, and this week we're going through the thinker mindset. And before we get to the next step on the thinker mindset, I want to talk to you just a little bit about something that happened to me this last week. One of the things I really like about the drip is it's in real time. Things change, things happen. I'm going to bring them to you, and for the last couple of weeks we've been talking about the struggler, and I had a situation where I went into struggler mode, and we go into struggler mode probably just about every day, but this one was significant, at least for me. I was up in Oakland last week working with a big contractor, client of mine, and I landed in Oakland, and Oakland is not the safest town in the country, and I know that. And it was late. I say it was late. It felt late to me. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd been on airplanes all day, and I was hungry, and I was ready to find my hotel room. And so I grabbed my rental car, and I went and wanted to grab a bite to eat at a little restaurant. And there's a little diner right there where I go to often, and I parked right in front of the front doors in my rental car, and I tucked my backpack behind the driver's seat, and my suitcase was in the back. And when I came back out of having dinner, my windows were broke out of the car. And, of course, my backpack was stolen. Now, in my backpack was my laptop, was all my adapters, was my passport, were my truck keys so that I could drive home the next day, business cards, headphones, earbuds, you name it. Just think about when you travel, what all you put in that carry-on. Well, it was gone. And I've got a 4-hour program the next day. And I immediately went into a struggler mode. Now, if you remember from the last couple of weeks, what the struggler wants is a quick fix. And what's the quick fix that I wanted? I wanted my backpack back. I wanted my passport back. I wanted my laptop, my iPad, all my electronics. I wanted them back. Is that going to happen? No. What we need to give ourselves in that situation is a new perspective, because it would be easy for me to get frustrated and get angry and then take that out on somebody else. What's the new perspective I need? Well, it took me just a couple of minutes to come up with one, but you know what? It's a good thing that I wasn't there. It's a good thing I didn't see it happen. I might try to do something. I might have tried to stop them. They may have had a gun on them. They may have shot me or stabbed me. Who knows? Nobody got hurt. That allows me to get through that situation. Guys, you're going to go into struggler mode this week. When you do, I want you to recognize it. But this week, we're talking about the thinker. Now, I told you last week that when someone is trapped in thinker mode and they can't make a decision, what they want is to make a decision. But what they need is more information. The question that we have to ask somebody that's in thinker mode is, hey, have you really thought about the decision you're trying to make? Have you really thought about breaking this down? A great leader is going to help somebody break down a complicated decision. Going to help them break it down into smaller pieces. Sometimes the decisions that we're asking those that we lead on a regular basis to make, they're really about 7, 8 decisions wrapped up in one. I want you to break that decision down to the lowest common denominator. Well, I know it's not real clear on the plans, but what would you like to do with this room? Or in your eyes, what's the most important thing that you would like to see get done? Or whatever that decision is. And next week, I'm going to tell you a story about the thinker. It's going to help tie this together. But the thinker, they really want to make a decision. They don't want to procrastinate. What they don't need is more pressure. They don't need more pressure to make a decision. That just creates separation in that relationship. And remember, our job, if we're going to be good with people, is to manage that relationship. Put the relationship before the decision. Don't know where somebody wants to eat tonight. Maybe your significant other's struggling with that. Don't pressure them. That's just going to create chaos and frustration and separation in that relationship. But instead, break down that decision into smaller bites. Break it into smaller pieces, and next week, I'm going to wrap it up when I tell you a story. Guys, that's it for the drip this week. Until next time, take care.